Ugh. Yep. My internet is bad. Didn't clear my throat before I came on here. I'm really annoyed at this. I'm really annoyed at this weird bullshit that's happening with the... Just, my throat has been super sensitive ever since COVID. Just anything will set it off. Like, I had every time I've had a drink, every time I've had anything fizzy, just it will set off like almost a choke reaction in my throat. Ever since COVID, it's just been super sensitive, and it's pissing me off. It is really pissing me off. Come on, Discord, work already. There you are. There you be. There it be. I need to sort my shit out. Ugh. I hate having to sort my shit out. Just my plans for the weekends, the upcoming weekend plans and stuff. Okay, I am now live. I've told Discord everything good. Right, just a brief update. What I'll be doing in this stream is basically telling you about like just general issues that I'm having, that I've had today. And also I will be uploading the videos. Well, I've already uploaded the videos. I'll be uploading the links to the Discord in the Patreon section, and also on Patreon in the Patreon section of Patreon. So yeah, this took all day. This has taken all day to do. It's basically just been uploading, and I have no idea what it is, but today's internet's just been shit. Even at the beginning, shut up. Even at the beginning of like this live stream, my internet said that it came up with a little warning saying it's like your internet's being shit, and it's like I know it's being shit. I know. But yeah. So, like I said, I need to get my shit together for the weekends, the upcoming weekends, because like my yearly schedule is kind of a bit. I wish that everything was spaced out super evenly. For like every other weekend, I'll have something to do. I feel like if all of these stuff that I need to do on weekends, that I need to do and I need to go to, or friends I need to visit or whatever, was equally spaced out on like every other weekend in the, what is it, 57? It's either 52 or 57 weeks in a year. So you get 57, 52 weekends, something like that. My brain is now like saying, it's like, maybe it's 54. Thanks, brain. Super reliable, that guy. But yeah. It's not, though. It never is. It never is this way. Because I feel like there's like huge swaths of time that I have, like right before Christmas and right after Christmas. There's basically like we're not doing anything for all of these months. It takes a while for the festival seasons to kick in, you know. And then everything happens all at once, and there's like so many weekends, and I don't get any free weekends to myself to do anything, and blah 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 blah. Everybody wants to do everything in the super hot portion of the year. Well, actually, that's not true. So basically, New Year's, and then, like I said, huge swath of nothing up until April, in which case things start happening. Like this year, I'm going to Vegas. Well, next year I'm going to Vegas, and then there's like another. For the rest of the month, nothing will happen. And then at the beginning of that month, that's when things start to kick off, and that's when all my friends, you know, the next month, April, May, like we'll have Bear Bash, we'll have like one of the early festivals. Oh, we'll have like Bear Bash, the Oxford County Fair, the couple of other mini festivals that happen in the Banbury area. And then there'll be another swath, you know, at least one friend that would want me to come visit, or that I'll have to go visit because I haven't seen them for a while, right? But that all happens within like 1 month, and then after that, it's basically, like I said, that's it. That's the kickoff with the steam rallies, the 1940s weekend, the visits to my mom and back from my mom, and the other family members and friends and all of that stuff, and they all want to hang out and do stuff, like for specific birthdays or just because it's nice out, and we'd have to have, yeah. And then we have like usually September is a nothing. Usually September is like, okay, I get a break. I get a break where there's like at least that month. Usually I don't have to do anything. Not this time, but I'll get to that. And then there is a huge gap. Well, actually, there's not a huge gap. Then there's basically November. It's like October, September, October, kind of a bit meh. I get to have my personal stuff. They're the weekends where I usually basically have Oktoberfest and Halloween and all that stuff. And we do like something special, me and Damon together usually. Or I hang out with you guys. But then November happens, and November is the start of the Christmas season, and I don't mind my weekends being filled up with Christmassy stuff, you know, because it's Christmas. Christmas stuff is coming. It's Christmas. It's my favorite. It's my favorite time. And then we start the whole process again of like nothing happening. But yeah, I really wish that basically everything planned, all the planned weekends. I'm not talking about I'm not really talking about visits to friends and stuff, but I mean like event weekends and stuff. I wish they were equally spaced out, because there are even times where there'll be several things that happen all at once. You know, and I have to pick which ones to go to, but I want to go to all of them. So yeah, annoying. So yeah, I wish that basically I get a weekend off where I get to pick just what I do, if I visit friends or if I just stay in or whatever. Then a weekend away, an event weekend, and then another weekend off, and then a weekend away. I wish that was all happening, because at the moment I don't. Damon told me exactly the plans that are happening, all the way up until November. And it sounds like almost every single weekend is now booked. There, I hate this. I hate this so much. I don't like this. You know. Mm. It's really annoying because, like, I remember I hate wasting time. So on the weekends when I'm not doing anything anyway, I usually just work. Um, or I go do busy work or something. I fucking hate downtime so much. So yeah, but I've been in situations in my life where I will have nothing to do on the weekend, and that sucks. But yeah, it's like I kind of feel like the fates have intentionally fucked me over again because they love doing that. Where basically in the past they're like, oh, we'll give you things to do on the weekend. We'll give you more things than you can handle to do on the weekend. He says, just you wait. And it's like, now I'm here. Great. Because this weekend, I have to go to my in-laws for no particular reason other than just like we're helping our mother-in-law do stuff, and just generally visiting and stuff. And I basically I've told last weekend we had a house guest, so we were doing whatever the house guest did, which doesn't mean that we moved anywhere, but it still was kind of tiring and it did kind of throw me out of whack because this house guest is just like the he kind of wants to be our butler. That's what it felt like. So it's kind of like all of my meal plans and all of the things that I'd planned to cook and everything were kind of steamrolled by whatever he wanted to do, which is fine because he's a guest, so he gets to do whatever he wants to do, and that's fine. But it's just like it's a bit tiring, and I kind of wanted a break from like that. um, so yeah, the weekend after that, we're starting preparations to, if not already have left, for Cornwall. I think. Let me just check the date. I still feel like it's the beginning of September. I feel like my birthday was just happened, but it's we're like halfway through September. It's crazy. Yeah, next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend, we're going to Cornwall. Immediately from, we're actually on Thursday. On Thursday, before next weekend, we are going to have a birthday dinner with Damon's best friend's family because it's Damon's best friend's birthday. So we're going to a birthday dinner on Thursday, staying at Damon's mum's on that night, and then from there we're going down to Cornwall further, and then we're going to spend 7 days. We're going to spend a week in Cornwall, which will be nice and a break and everything, but no Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi. It's a campsite. There's no Wi-Fi. You know, I don't have unlimited data on my phone, so I can't watch TV at night when everyone's asleep doing nothing. It's going to be a little bit of hell, a little bit, kind of, just the nighttime portion. Hey, I'll get some drawing done. I will be on Twitter and I will try to be on Discord. So if you got like drawing suggestions, let me know because I will want those because I will be bored out of my mind on the days that we're not doing anything. I'll most likely be bored out of my mind, or I'll be by the beach or something. I'll bring my drawing pad, whatever. Um, Otherwise, That's going to be nice, and it's kind of going to be a break, but it's going to be kind of a bit of a bummer of a break because, like, I will have Damon. Damon will be with me. However, he is bringing his pup. I was going to bring my Itchy. My Itchy is not available, so yeah. Even though he said he would and stuff, but whatever. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a meh thing. Although that's kind of a mixed blessing. I don't know. I don't know. Because when I'm on vacation, I do like to be independent. But Jesus, I kind of, if I'm going away with somebody, I kind of want to go away with somebody. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about any of this. It's really annoying. I won't know until it actually happens. So yeah. Anyway, when we come back from Cornwall, we are immediately going to the Canal Festival because it's not Canal Day. It used to be Canal Day. We're going back to Damon's mum's because in Banbury they have Canal Day, but now it's Canal Festival because it's part of 2 days. It's a 2-day event because it was super duper popular. However, we've had COVID and it's been shut for the past couple of years. So I guess they want to just make a big entrance and have lots of stuff happening. So awesome. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. But we've just come back from Cornwall, so I don't know how. Sorry, somebody's trying to talk to me on Discord, and I'm away. But they're like, "Why aren't you answering?" So yeah, Canal Day, and then after that, I've got to go to my mum's. But the weekend after that, I'm going to my mum's, and then I'm pretty sure something else is happening, like the weekend after, as well. I think that's when the fair is in Banbury, so I'm going back to Banbury again, and we're spending the weekend there because that's when Damon's mum's birthday is. So yeah. And then the weekend after that, I'm killing myself. So yeah. Have I heard from Itchy? Yeah. I sent him that dog Instagram thing, which, by the way, has not gotten out of my head. You know, I'm just a dog and life is a nightmare. I'm just a dog and my owners, they don't care. Oh my god. You know, in that college rock kind of way of singing. No, I'm convinced they hate me. Woof. I love that. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it. Because then it might get out of my head again, finally. It did go away for a little bit. So yeah, he responded to that. He just said, "Dog."
And here it goes, I'm just a dog, and life is a nightmare. I'm just a dog, my owners, they don't care. They stopped petting me for literally 2 seconds. Now I'm pretty sure they hate me. Woof. And here it goes, I'm just...
Yeah. Hey, BBT. It's been a while. But yeah, I sent him that, and he responded with a little squee, so that was good. But yeah, I wasn't worried about him or anything. I know he's just been busy. I get it. It's just we haven't like talked for a while, and with all of my other like members of like my immediate talking, that people that I talk to via video chat often, with them not being available, it's kind of annoying because, like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? I suppose it's Damon. Ugh, but that guy, I live with him. It's kind of annoying seeing him all the time. No, it's not. I'm kidding. But yeah. So yeah, I've got lots and lots of weekends coming up. I need to write all of these down. We have like a small calendar on our fridge that basically is like the year planner and stuff, and I kind of consult that whenever I'm like trying to figure out when I'm supposed to be going somewhere or whatever. But David doesn't update that thing. You know, he prints it off for the year, and I'm not allowed to draw on it apparently. But he's like, just use the Google Calendar app. And it's like, I don't want to use an app. I want to be able to just see it on the fridge. What if I don't have my phone with me? Because that happens. You know, I'm not a boomer or anything, but it's not as convenient as you think. You know, have a personal assistant on your phone. It's not as convenient as you think it is. At least for me. You know? The thing is that I like to be able to have something on like a wall or something, or like information written down somewhere where I'm gonna readily see it, so that it sticks in my brain. Because actually, I was reading a paper on this. We used to do this all the time. You used to memorize phone numbers. People used to memorize phone numbers. They used to memorize routes and addresses and stuff, and how to get places. All of this stuff that we basically just think, and humans are actually losing this ability to instant recall like this information and shit. And I've been quietly resisting this, losing that ability. I still remember my old phone number, my old mobile phone number, my old house's phone number, my old postcodes, all that stuff. I mean, all of this stuff that you probably even remember as well. Anybody that's watching this, you guys probably remember, your old phone numbers and all of that stuff, your old zip codes, whatever. Yeah. Well, people are starting to be born that won't have that ability. They'll just look it up on their phone. It won't affect their intelligence. It's not really affecting their memory. It's just that that having a phone and relying on it for this much, information and stuff, is kind of just stopping our brains from making these connections. And it's just kind of annoying and sad. But Damon needs this. I get it. Damon's old. He doesn't have a good memory. He doesn't really have a good memory anyway. It's kind of annoying, but that's what I'm here for, apparently. So yeah. I basically he doesn't know how old he is, which is really funny because it's like he still doesn't know how old he is, and yet he's very much aware that I'm taking him away for a really special birthday next year. He's like, how old am I? I was like, Damon, what are we going to Disneyland for? Remind me what we're going to Disneyland for. Well, that's my birthday. And I was like, great. Which birthday do you think that is? And he's like, I don't know. Like, no, of course you don't know. Of course you don't know. Do you know when you were born? Do you know what the year you were born on? And he's like, 1973. Yes. Fuck you. Do you know what year I was born on? He's like, 89. I was like, no. He's like, well, how am I supposed to remember that? I was like, I don't know. I mean, I remember the best date ever, the best year ever, but whatever. Can't even remember what year I was born in. Bastard. He's old. He gets a pass. So he needs apps like that. But I don't really want to rely on shit like that. So if I basically see, if it's on the wall in the kitchen, I will basically need to read that. I will see it a lot because it's on the fridge and I'm a fat guy. So I will see it a lot. So eventually it sticks in my head. It's why I remember when the 40s weekend is. It's why I remember when the Canal Day is and stuff like that. Because it's already on that calendar. It just that it isn't updated. So yeah. Mini rant over. I'm just a dog. Whatever. No one cares. Have I been bitten? Is there a little bastard in here? Is there a stingy bastard in here? If there is, it's not moving. You know, it's not flying. Little shit. Anyway, yeah, I need to do that. I have not booked my flights for Vegas yet, and part of this is because I keep forgetting. Part of it is because they're really expensive, and I wanted to see if the price would go up or down. And another part of it, the main reason though, is because I may have the opportunity to fly with somebody for the first time since ever. You know, the first time since I went on flights with my parents. You know, like wow, that is a long time ago now. You know, for the first time in like 20 years, I'm going to get the opportunity to fly with somebody again and not just by myself. And yeah, well, that's kind of appealing to me. And the problem is that there's like three options. There's my buddy Aaron, who I was supposed to meet at the barbecue, but I couldn't go to the barbecue, so yeah, so that would have been sorted then. A pup that is talking to me all the time online, even though he lives semi close. But he basically really wants to meet me and really wants to be trained and stuff. But the problem is that he always seems to be busy. So, but he wants to come to Vegas. So I want to go, and I want to go with him too. Also, maybe, but he's another option, and I don't know if he's going to see this stream. I know he's not awake at the moment, but Dave is showing interest, but I don't think he's going to come. My buddy Dave, the one that I did a bunch of videos with recently and stuff, he's showing interest, but I'm not entirely sure he wants to come to this. I'm not entirely sure. He's very hard to read sometimes, you know, because mostly whenever I flinch, he flinches. And whenever I move my arm, he always has this expression like I'm about to squish him, which, to be fair, I do often end up squishing him, but you know, it's a thing. But yeah, so there's like three definite options. Well, two definite options and one possible. So yeah, well, technically there's one definite option, you know, but there's two possible, and I'm not entirely sure about either of the other the two, but I don't know. So I can't really book flights until I basically hear from one of them that they're definitely going and that they are not interested or are interested in flying with me. Because when one of them says that yes or no, then I will basically just book the flights anyway. But the problem is that these three people are very, very on the fence. So it's like, ugh. I hope the trip works out. Dude, it should. I mean, if I'm seeing you, then yeah, I imagine that you do hope that. Either way, I'm going to get my tickets, like, before Christmas. At the very latest, before Christmas. Just sometime before Christmas, I think. And by Christmas, I mean like November 25th. The start of the Christmas month. The month-long celebration of Christmas. For me. Everybody else seems to give a shit about the whole celebrating Christmas for like a month. But yeah. Damon's all like, it's not December yet, we can't put up decorations. So like, I don't care. I don't care. Decorations must be up now. But yeah. Either way, I'm just booking everything, like, regardless of price or whatever. I think I might have a bite in my beard. So yeah, I haven't done my plane tickets, and yeah, that is bugging me a bit. I kind of, like I said, I just want to be there now. I just want it to happen already. But yeah. Right. The other thing that I'm doing is I've got the links. They're already uploaded now, so that's cool. So let me upload these. Posting the link to Discord, to the video. Oh, you Patreon. There we go. I'm not going to put it in the wrong thing this time. I'm just a donkey, life is a nightmare. I'm just a donkey. I'm honestly donkey. They stopped petting me for literally 2 seconds, and now I'm convinced they hate me. With bad. Right, okay, and where are you? Where's the... I don't like that they've changed Patreon. Ooh, I've got 2 messages on Patreon. I should check those. I will check those. Post. Which one is this? Okay, I think that's the... yeah. My post is live. Thank you. Right. And then we've got another one. We've got the other video. These took all day to upload. Can you believe this? It's getting cooler at night. It's getting cooler at night, so be drawing again soon, hopefully. Okay, so I've got the link for this. Okay, I've got the link for the second one. What? Alright, enough with the yawning, please. I'm actually... yeah, I'm not that tired. I looked up a video on YouTube because somebody was telling me about how horrifying this one scene is, and they told me how horrifying this one scene is in the movie Nope. And I didn't look up that scene, but I clicked on a video afterwards. But they were also telling me about like the spaceship and how it's a very interesting design in the show, not in the movie Nope. And yeah, interesting, creative. I get it. Kind of what is it like? It's yeah, like the texture looks very jellyfishy, but somehow like cloth like. Anyway, um, but yeah. Then there was like the true horror of what's happening in these scenes and stuff like that. And I clicked on it, and it's like, yeah, this is genuinely disturbing, I guess. But now YouTube will not stop suggesting some weird shit, some very weird shit, just because I clicked on that video. Like, there was like this other thing of like, truly disturbing scenes from TV and movies. And I clicked on that because it basically it was just weird. I didn't know what the thumbnail was, to be honest. You know, I didn't know exactly what the thumbnail. It looked like a chunky guy, um, naked, just laying on the ground on his belly, and I don't know if I should go into detail exactly what that was, because that was fucking messed up. I can go into graphic detail exactly what that was, because I clicked on the video because I was curious as like, where the fuck is this in this weird collage of disturbing videos? Oh, Barefoot Poi or Koi, whatever that film's called. Yep, that scene was in that compilation. What was it? I'll tell you in just a second. I'll tell you when I've finished posting this. It's just that it's got the links up. It's got the more videos on YouTube thing, and it basically is like two of them are really disturbing looking videos, and it's like, yeah. Okay, and it's live. Okay, good. And I'll read those messages after I finish doing this. Wow, that song really doesn't get out of your head once you hear it, does it? It's still in my brain. Right. I mean, you know how in World War II, I'm telling you what that was, okay? This is disturbing. This is genuinely disturbing, okay? You are warned, but it's just one of those things that YouTube's doing now. Okay, so both the videos are now on Discord and Patreon, right? In World War II, the Japanese, they tried to expand their empire, and they did it kind of semi-successfully, at least in the middle of World War II. And they basically took over a bunch of Manchuria. It's a region of China, as well as parts of Korea and stuff like that. And yeah, when they went to China, they set up a laboratory, and I can't remember what it's called. It's like MS-13 or something, or that might be something else. But basically, they set up this laboratory to do a bunch of experiments, And whatever this clip was, it was from a movie that tried to depict some of what the experiments were from this specific camp. And they are truly monstrous. Because they would take the village, the people from the surrounding village of this laboratory, and then basically, which were, Manchurians, Chinese, and they would just not give a shit that they were people. So you had basically the clips that I saw from the movie in this compilation were, and I realized that the messed up part is that basically I realized that what I was watching was basically actors depicting these things. That these things that they were showing me, they weren't actually showing me the actual footage of what was happening, because they didn't actually have cameras filming any of this stuff. Thankfully, because wow. So these are all actors. Not this stuff never really happened to any of these people, and that's fine. But this stuff happened. We have documented evidence and testimonial that this stuff actually happened at this place. So my brain was basically filling in the details of all of this stuff. But you had like things like they would tie people to stakes in the ground, make them stand upright and everything like that, and then set off a bunch of explosions around them or sometimes on them and stuff like that to see what kind of effects it would have on a living person to be so close or so far away or whatever from explosions and stuff. They would pack people into a locked building and then set it on fire to see what kind of like what would happen to crowds of people in a trapped flaming building. They would test biological stuff on them and all that stuff, but they would do the Nazi thing as well with the the whole Holocaust thing with the transplants and body parts in weird places and weird surgeries and stuff like that. However, they were depicting them doing some seriously monstrous stuff. Like there's this one scene where this little child is being led into an operating room because it's like, oh, you get some candy if you basically just lay on this operating table and stuff. If you lay on this operating table and basically sniff this rag, then basically you'll get some candy. And he looks genuinely happy. And he's coming in and he's got this little ball, and he basically is like, he's looking at all the jars and everything, weird. There's these big fluid jars, and he's kind of like looking through them, and his face is distorted, and he's very, very happy little child. And then basically, and he very merrily lays on this operating table. He takes off all his clothes. He lays on this operating table, and gets put to sleep. And then they open him up and basically remove his organs and put them into the jars and stuff like that. And it's a very, 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 very realistic looking dummy that they cut into with actual organs from other shit that basically, from other animals and stuff. But this actually happened, and he's just dead. Like, he was alive while they were doing all this stuff, but he was unconscious, but he's definitely dead once they remove his organs and put them into jars and stuff. But so they also bury people alive. They freeze people. They freeze parts of people, and then they break those parts off, or they try to thaw them out, or they put people's body parts in acid while they're still alive. Things like this. These are all depicted, and this is all in the thing that I saw. But the thumbnail picture, remember what I said? It's a It's a chubby guy on his belly, laying on the ground, naked. There's an average build, well, thin Chinese guy that the Japanese put this guy after stripping him naked into a box. This box has little peepholes in it that have very thick glass around them, and once they put him in this box, they seal it up, and then they turn some knobs on the outside, and it's a vacuum chamber. So he basically is like got weird sensations in his head and is screaming in pain, and then he falls onto the floor and basically dies. Mercifully, you'll lose consciousness with that atmosphere around you. So yeah. But of course, then his body swells up, and they do this by basically putting a they didn't actually put somebody in a vacuum chamber for this shot, but they basically just replace him with a chubbier guy with his likeness, essentially, and to show that the body swells up a little bit when you are put in a vacuum. And then his intestines basically slip out of his ass, and then basically explode. Which actually wouldn't happen to you in a vacuum, but I mean, if you subject, and this is actually something that did actually happen, they would basically put people into these vacuum chambers, and then they would lower the atmosphere and then raise the atmosphere a lot and then lower the atmosphere, and they keep doing this. And if you keep doing that, if you keep submitting the human body to that kind of shit, then essentially you will get weird stuff will happen to the human body, so yeah, it's basically, like I said, it's horrifying. And yeah, it was only horrifying to me because, like I said, I can kind of like disassociate myself whenever I'm watching like a horror movie or whatever. Like I don't really get grossed out by like horror movies and stuff. But when it's stuff in like a documentary, I know this stuff has happened. My brain fills in the details and adds realism to this shit. So yeah, it's like, it's not really disturbing actually watching it, it's what happens afterwards. So yeah. But again, mentally strong. It's sick that this stuff happened, but it's like, it's in the past, hopefully it won't happen again. So yeah. But yeah, all of this stuff actually happened in real life, and it's just a little bit disturbing. That part was really disturbing. The scene from Barefoot Poi, whatever. I can never remember the last word in that fucking film, but yeah, the scenes in that movie, like those actually happened and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, are you glad you understand what the thumbnail was now? Are you glad you asked me that question? But yeah, this camp actually existed. This test facility actually existed in China during World War II. And yeah, one of the worst parts is that the main director of this camp, he didn't get punished. He never got punished. That's kind of, I mean, I believe that's fucked up. That's like really fucked up. But yeah. um Yeah, no. I mean, it's information, it's knowledge that you didn't have. So yeah, just don't watch this weird documentary. I have no idea like who made this documentary or whatever. Like I said, this uh the there wasn't much information with this video, and I didn't look it up after this. You know, I literally just clicked on a link. I clicked on a thumbnail because I wanted to know exactly what the fuck that is. You know, so what's the deal with the chunky guy laying on the ground? What is that? Um, and yes, I was punished. I was punished for my curiosity. Uncool. Ugh. But yeah, sometimes when you click on links, it's just you know click on thumbnails. You know, it's like it's not cool. You sometimes get the it's kind of like that Reddit, you know that Reddit page with the um you know either a nice picture or a bad picture that'll stay in your mind forever probably. You know, it's kind of like that. You know, it's like I want to know what's making this weird blurry impression. What is that? I mean, it could be a bunny or it could be somebody's severed limb. I don't know. But yeah, there was also a scene. It this video didn't tell me where any of these scenes come from, but there's also this weird scene of some woman punishing a bunch of guys, like brutally punishing a bunch of guys. Like she basically oh, what's the term for when you um castrate? She basically castrates a guy with some garden shears, rips his teeth out. I didn't really give a shit about the teeth ripping part, but what the what? Okay, I mean you want to kill him, so yeah, okay. But before that, she kills a guy by basically putting some corrosive, so you know, some stuff, some like bleach or some acid or something, into a bathtub, and then like ties him up, and then puts two boards down, so he's like laying over this stuff, over this bathtub, and then she removes one of the boards, so he keeps dunking his head into this stuff, and it's like that's a really good torture method. But what the fuck? What the fuck is this movie? What did these guys do to her? Jesus. There's like three guys. I can't remember what happens to the other one, but yeah. Oh my god. What the these are from movies and TV shows and stuff. There's a couple of Breaking Bad ones, but I don't really watch Breaking Bad, so I yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, beware of being curious about thumbnails, okay? Beware. The internet is not always a kind place. It's not cool. Yeah. Right. Anybody want to say anything to me or ask me anything before I go? I'm going to leave. This was supposed to be a super quickie, but I was only going to be on here for like 20 minutes while I did this. But yeah. Anybody got anything to ask me or say to me before I leave? Now would be the time. Learned that a long time ago. I learned it too. Okay, I learned it too. I mean, I should have realized that YouTube is now fucked up because I clicked on one link because I was curious as to exactly what the you know disturbing part of the Nope movie was. But somebody said to me, like I said, this is how it happened. This is exactly how it happened. Somebody said to me that Nope, yes, there's a really disturbing scene, but I really like the design of the spaceship. So I went on YouTube and I looked up Nope spaceship. It basically had the spaceship, shots of the spaceship, and it's like, okay. But next to it was a video, and the thumbnail didn't really interest me. But the title of that video was the disturbing thing about the movie Nope, and I was like, well, I kind of want to know what because they didn't tell me what was so disturbing about this movie. And then basically I found out what was so disturbing about the movie, and it's not that disturbing. I mean, it's disturbing in a like, it makes you think about what is so terrifying about like predatory animals, essentially. Super huge predatory animals or whatever. But it basically, like, the imagery wasn't really doing it, wasn't really, basically, that's not making me disturbed, wasn't screaming. So much screaming. But yeah, and then that's where that thumbnail happened. But if you looked at the other videos that were on the side of the screen, that basically were like, now you've watched this, YouTube suggests you watch any of these. All of those videos were mildly disturbing, or like all of the deaths in Game of Thrones or whatever, it basically was like immediately it turned dark. Just my YouTube is now fucked for a while. I need to watch lots and lots and lots of biker videos now, I guess, to get it back to what it was. But yeah, it was basically one of those things of like, that's a weird thumbnail. What the fuck is that? And then it's like, this was on the end of the fucking video as well. But yeah, I know that I shouldn't click on thumbnails. I just, I shouldn't click on thumbnails unless I'm prepared. But yeah, and I wasn't really complaining because like I said, this hasn't really affected me. Hasn't really affected my day. It's literally just YouTube now is kind of fucked a little bit. I need to, like I said, just that'll fix it. But it doesn't really like disturb me. I already knew that these experiments and shit happened in China during World War II. I already knew all of this information before. It's just that, yeah, I didn't know that this documentary existed, or this documentary movie, or whatever that was from. Basically exists. It's somewhere it exists, and I don't know where it exists. But I'm not going to look it up because I don't really want to know where it exists. So yeah, Giraffe Town kind of disturbed me. What the fuck is Giraffe Town? I'm not looking it up. You're gonna have to tell me. I'm not. I'm not. Oh, I also learned a long time ago not to look up weird shit that people just tell me about. I'm trying to ignore it. Something has bitten me. Some asshole bug crawled into my beard and stabbed me. It's a Game Grumps game that was doing Giraffe Town. The name kind of like sounds familiar, but it didn't really sound familiar until you mentioned Game Grumps. So I think I might have seen it. I don't know. No. What's the name of their game? They're like one of the people in the Game Grumps studio has made a game recently. I can't remember what that's called. It's supposed to be creepy, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna go look up some biker videos. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't remember either. What the fuck? I'm trying to remember Giraffe Town. I'm not looking up still. just in case this is some kind of trap, you know. Oh my god, I was watching somebody and they kind of I was watching, that sounds creepy. I was watching somebody's live stream, and basically their chat was basically suggesting things to look up, but they were doing it a very roundabout way. Like you know how you shouldn't look up goat man or anything like this, or how to deglove things. You know, they were basically like saying, you know, it's like, you know, goat human, goat adult man, stuff like that. You know, they were basically, the chat was doing that. They were like, you know, 2 women and 1 receptacle. Things like this, you know. They were basically not saying the things that you should look up, but if you did look up, you will probably find the thing that you shouldn't look up. And they were falling for it every time. It was so funny. But, you know, it's kind of like Up Dog. You know, it's kind of like that. It's like you're trying to get somebody not to do something. I mean, to do something, and they were doing that, and it was like, it was really funny. Who the fuck was that? I think it might have been on Growler. I think it might have been a Growler stream. It was hilarious. It was so good. I kind of want to do that on almost every stream now that I ever go onto. But I'm hardly ever on Growler, you know. I'm hardly ever looking at other people's Growler. I usually just stream there and then kind of like check it once a day. I haven't checked it today. Ugh. I got 3 messages. I should check those. Right. Yes, I've now been on for over an hour, so I'm not too sure. Oh, say. I've been on for over an hour now for a quickie, for a super quickie. It was supposed to be a super quickie, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Might be a live stream on here. I might do a hot tub live stream on here on YouTube tomorrow. If there's problems with that or something, then I probably will be on Growler instead, because, like I said, the internet here has been shit, and when I use Growler, for some reason, the phone uses both the internet and the phone signal, and they've upgraded the phone signal around here. They've added a tower somewhere, like in a neighboring village or something, which means that somehow I get better signal. So my phone actually works, kind of. It doesn't work great. It works with the Wi-Fi, but only on certain apps. And for some reason, the internet, you know, the browser that's on my phone, that StreamYard goes through, it doesn't really work on that app yet. I don't know what the deal is there, but I think that might just be a Samsung problem, not an Android problem. I don't know. Anyway, that's where you can probably find me tomorrow, and I might be back on here anyway doing a stream tomorrow night, because if it's going to be this cool, then I think I can get away with actually drawing. So we might actually like try to pick up some drawing, which would be nice. But yeah, the videos are now up on Patreon and on Discord, so check those out if you want. They took all day to upload, so yeah. And yeah. Oh, my butt fell asleep. Belly rubs. Oh, leg stretch and belly salute. Oh my god. I have got an itch on my back now that I can't really reach, but I'm trying my bestest. Oh. Ugh, try not to sit my nuts. Okay. Right. Yeah. So I will probably see someone at some time tomorrow. So yeah. Toodles.